Hi, my name is Sanne, and welcome to the recap of 2023. Yeah, we're already a year in the real building of Liv, and Liv is our boat, 40 feet steel sailing boat. Um, and we have been working on it for the bigger part of last year. And although we would love that we were sailing already, we are not. And we still have to do a lot of work before we can really live on Liv. But let's begin. January 2023. I started with the wood. This is on top of Liv, a part of the deck. And Peter started to upgrade the screw. And yeah, it's funny to think a year back. Oh, we were moving so much. So here we lived on a motorboat. And this is like a small bridge. I'm trying to, give a new life. And you see, we were in the harbor. So you see the boat moving around a little bit. This was only for 10 days, so it was not so bad. And we did the whole cockpit, as you can see here. And this was really nice work. Every day on the boatyard with the intermezzo from Peter.
What day is it?
Dienstag.
Then we moved to a really nice house with a pool, great sunset every evening. That was great. But we still had to finish the cockpit, so and we removed the caulk, put epoxy deck filler, a black epoxy back in, and then epoxy on top. That is not a good idea. We have to redo it with some other protection layer, but it looked great in the beginning, but we still have to work on that. And this is the boatyard. So there you find Liv. Oh, here we go in the car. We go back home, I think. And this was the great house where we lived. And we also had to house it with the dogs, and the dogs are so cute. That was really great. So this is the black epoxy filler, and then we grind it all down. Yeah, and this was great work because the difference was huge. So to really remake this part of the boat was amazing. Although what I said, we do have to do it again because the epoxy it's not protecting enough. Yeah, and Liv is a steel boat. So there are a lot of like places in the boat that we need to weld. And luckily Peter can weld very well. So here he just gets a bad part out and then he cuts a steel the same thickness. Uh, he cuts it out and then put it back in the boat. And then we lived on a sailing boat in the harbor. That was also very nice. We had a great view of the harbor. We could even see little Bonaire. And yeah, it was a little bit small, so you see my head all the time against the against the top. In February, I started with the bow of the boat. So here you really, yeah, it's a small place where I worked, and this actually looked pretty good. So I just got rid of the old paint, and yeah, here you see me climbing up on Liv every day, cleaning up a bit. And yeah, we have to redo the whole bow, the whole deck in general, discussing the plans with Peter. And yeah, this was then a typical day in February. So I got in. Oh, yeah, and here I take a long time to get ready. And it's even raining. So I have my coffee and I get all the stuff that I need. Nice podcast. And then I just start getting the rust away. And well, there was not so much rust. Yeah, you see a little bit in the yeah bow. And here I skip a part because I also did the whole sleeping room, and that's what you see on the right. And this is actually, we call it the crazy cabinet because we don't know what we're going to make of it. Probably our clothes and stuff going in there. But I removed the rust there. And here you have to, on the left, the salon. And all the wood, we removed all the wooden parts. That was a lot of work. And first hammering, then grinding, and then painting. So here, this is the end result. And again, small intermezzo with Peter. This is inside the cockpit, so there's like a machine room, and here Peter is removing the outlet because there was a very big diesel motor inside. We removed that motor, we installed the electric motor, or Peter did that, and here was like a part, so the big outlet gets out, and then I can get busy in the I can start removing rust in the machine room. This was all in the back of the boat, also a very small space to work in. Yeah, and removing old paint, because if you have the steel, then a paint layer is on top, and then in between sometimes comes water, and that forms like rust bubbles. So I really have to get down and remove everything. And then we painted with a rust protector. That's really working so far, pretty good, as we can see, like a year later almost. Oh, this is March. Yeah, almost a year later. If I go in here, it's black everywhere. And we also want to put another cover layer on top of it so that even the rust paint is protected. This is the other side of the navigation, oh no, of the kitchen corner. So behind that wall you see in the back, there is the kitchen. And now we even removed that wall so you can really look through the whole boat. Um, and now we also have the kitchen almost done, although it's a lot of work still. But this is really nice work because I could do like removing the rust in a day, this area, and then clean it up and then paint it with that Tanox. Here I am in where the outlet was, so removing it here. This is a bad area because normally the water flows down in the bilge, and then the bilge pumps all the water out. They weren't working anymore. And also the holes where the water used to flow in down to the bilge, they were all stuffed. So all the water was standing still there. So in all the parts where you have like a small area, the water was staying there and creating even more rust. So remove here you see that, but removing it was very nice. So to clean everything up, to see the shining steel appear, that's really nice to see. And also that the quality is amazing still underneath the whole. There's like an old layer you see, but behind it is still a very nice, beautiful shaped boat. And this is the navigation corner. And here I realized that was the hottest place on the boat because there's no wind and you're just in an area where the heat builds up. This is above the diesel tank. And when it rained, it used to fill up with water also. So this is like half a day of cleaning. And this is in the bilge next to the diesel tank. Here you see, if you just remove the first layer of rust, there's amazing steel behind it. And we can just repair it and clean it up. And this is in the salon. And this also, yeah, it's nice to see that we already covered this area now. So that's pretty good. We also did fun stuff. So this was at the birthday of Peter. We had a surprise party on a boat and we took him for kite lessons, which was really cool. And he did it for the first time and he could already jump. Pretty impressive. I think you see that here. Woo! And of course, we had a small birthday party afterwards, which is really nice. So much fun. So here I am in the machine room and yeah, doing the same work actually, just removing old paint and rust and painting it black. Here I already did the walls. They were very good quality, so that was nice. The difficult part here was all the corners and gaps and things everywhere to get around. That was pretty challenging, but it worked. And I'm very happy with it because now we have installed there the battery pack. Underneath there's the motor. So also here, it's really pretty how you see work from blue turning black. And this is like the part where the water used to stay in, and oh my god, that was so dirty. I got it cleaned out, and I made like with epoxy a certain edge so water could really flow nicely through it into the bilge. And I combined that work with working in the salon. And here we lived at a friend's house for 3 months, and that was really nice. Oh, for a month or 3 months, I don't know, for a long time, which was great because then we really had like a structure and a rhythm to, yeah, to continue to work. Because this is just, doing. You just have to do it. And here you see the finished side, which is really awesome to see. And this is inside the bilge. So I remove a lot here. This is really satisfying because it really disappears. And the steel beneath it is really good. Uh, Only there a little bit lower. It's a little bit tricky. Then in May, I started with the kitchen. Oh, when I think back, I'm still working in there in this area. It took a long time to get the whole kitchen out, and especially the fridge. That was you know, pretty tough. And it's like when it rains, you see the ceiling. There's so much rust, and that dripples in sometimes. So this is the salon on the other side, and here I write down everything that I take out, and I make pictures of everything because one day we're going to build everything back together. And there's so many parts, so many screws, and I just for a good remember where everything goes, that I don't mess it up when we put it back together. Because we also want to redo the steel, redo the wood. What's also very nice with living on Bonaire is that you can always just jump in the sea, in the ocean, and look at the beautiful creatures that are there. This is like really why I love to live on Bonaire, because you can always admire the beauty that is Bonaire. This never gets old, never. And we had another nice sailing trip then. And this is also, this is my favorite way to spend the day. Peter was fishing. He catch the fish. Yeah, that's what he loves to do. And especially from our boat, probably. This is a short video I made in August. Here we were house sitting. That was an amazing house with a beautiful garden. That was really, we were living almost like in nature, watering the plants every day. And here you see the kitchen. We were a little bit further already. That was really nice. And here, this was a very hot day in September. In September, Bonaire is really crazy hot. There's no wind. And what I already noticed in the navigation corner, it's the same for the kitchen. It's crazy hot. So you see me slowly here going from normal to very sweaty to not being able to sweat anymore to red and, heat stroke. That was crazy. Yeah, and this is actually the fridge. So, and yeah, a lot of foam we have to. I mean, it's really nice to get everything out. We will figure out how we put it back later. Me in the heat stroke. My shirt is totally drenched. Oh, and I was so hot. Next day, all back again, enjoying the work that I left behind the next day. Continuing, and now with enough breaks. Luckily, Peter helps me all the time with it. He says, Sanne, you have to take a break, drink water, go out, stand in the wind, or the wind that is there. And now everything, if you look here, the wall in the back is removed, the whole wooden plates on the side is gone. And I'm now really working on removing rust and painting here. And I don't think that this was ever redone since Liv was built. So this is probably 60 years old. Or I don't know, is it 60? Yeah, something like that. And here you see that I'm already building sweat up again. And I think I'm taking some breaks here too. And then I finally got it loose. Yeah, this was a big moment, to really have it removed. That was so nice. And then I got it loose. That's pretty cool. But oh my God, underneath it. This has probably not seen daylight in 60 years. And removing the wood. I think I also did that here. Yeah, this is September, so this is already 6 months ago. My God. Yeah, and then removing of the styrofoam. Not a good idea to put styrofoam there because it sucks all the water in and then it creates like an extra layer of rust and oh my god. Yeah, it's not so bad on the top, but down there, oh yeah, Peter has to, put big pieces of metal in there to really renew it. This beach is just, it's really nice to enjoy the sunset and play a little game of chess. Look at the boats that go around. Yeah, that was it. So that's the recap. I'm busy with making a movie of what we're doing now, which is the kitchen and the salon. And when we finish this, and when Peter finished all the welding, then we are going to do the deck. And this is a new big challenge. But we will see how we get there. We also survived this year, so we will be good, I think. Okay, well, this was it. I see you in the next one. Bye.